means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Welcome back to another night of Stick with Koolfrogg. I do have the ever wonderful America shirt.
The ever
What's going on?
wonderful, of course.
What's going on, buddy?
Oh,
Has it been a good day for you?
It's been a train wreck, but hey.
And of course, I got Trucker Jimmy with me. How's it going, Trucker Jimmy?
Oh, how's it going, E?
It's going okay.
Got you?
So we usually do a couple things before we start off to make sure everything's all working correctly. AmericaShirtsFirst.com, the most based shirts on the planet.
That is correct. Number one.
At the Atlas Pass.
Yes. You can follow
Correct.
me here
Number
on
three.
YouTube at Jimmy YouTube, or you can follow me at the Atlas Pass over on TikTok, Rumble, and Odyssey now. Yeah. Or you can follow me over on Twitter at RealAnimeRich. Check me out, fam.
Join us all here on Spectre. No, I'm just kidding. That's Klaus Schwab. What?
And
Anyway.
if you're interested in following any of us, if you're actually really, really seriously interested in actually seeing what we're actually about, and you want to see more, you can actually go down below. There's a link tree. It has full of stuff, different links, different places that you can find stuff from me. I am the one and only, the Koolfrogg. You hit the link tree /Koolfrogg. You can almost find me Koolfrogg almost everywhere. When I say almost everywhere, I mean like everywhere. Name it, you'll find me.
Everywhere.
Koolfrogg. Easy to find. You'll find me
On your cousin's doorstep, he's there. It's like,
nights
what the
that
hell?
I'm not at work, you'll catch me here midnight. Oh, it's been 1 o'clock lately. It's okay. We run a little late. It happens. We don't care. I don't know if the Twitter side is actually working or not.
Twatter.
Twatter.
I keep on looking. Oh, it is doing something. It's actually showing that I'm actually live on Twitter. Twatter. Twat.
Hello, fellow twatters.
Hello,
that are twattering about.
Hi, Twitter.
How is it going today? It says there's 0 viewers. But hey, if anything, it may pull in a couple extra viewers that we haven't had before.
FOOKING, twatter. Anyway.
So we do have a few things that we're going to go through here tonight. So last night we had gotten into conversation about a few things or whatever that had pertained to
a few.
Our own lives and what we had been going through, and I had brought up a particular plant, and because I had brought up this particular plant, I felt the need to actually share about this plant. I don't know, it can look like something like that, I guess. So
you got to know. There we go.
Yeah, this broadleaf plantain, the weed you won't want to be without. So it says it's just a humble weed. It's a humble plant, not just a weed. Once you learn about the wide range of benefits and uses of this broadleaf plant, you'll never want to be without it. From the nutritious leafy greens to soothing healer inside and out, this wild plant is a blessing in disguise. In this post, we'll share how to identify plantain herb, broadleaf plantain benefits, and how to manage it in the yard and garden. Now, I've seen this thing. You see this plant? Mm-hmm. I've seen this plant several places. Like you really can see it almost everywhere. Like almost everybody's yard. If you've ever had dandelions or whatever, and you look around, there's other, weeds that grow. This weed is very, very popular, and you can find it from cracks and sidewalks to roadsides and meadows and garden beds and lawns. It's almost everywhere,
And
and
grows just about everywhere.
yeah, this plantain herb looks like, certain. It has a stringy substance in the leaves. You can see there's the seed and the stems. It's the whole plant is edible. The whole plant has lots of vitamins and minerals. And so here's the broadleaf plantain is edible from root to seed. Nutrients include vitamin A as well as vitamin C, K, zinc, potassium, and that silica that you were talking about.
Oh, yes, silica, yes.
Yeah, plantain seeds are rich in proteins, carbohydrates, and omega-3 fatty acids. And so this particular weed or plant is like super relevant and should be used for almost anything and everything. These are flavorful seed greens pairs well with milder greens for fruits like diced apples. It gets old, the leaves are tougher. It's better cooked and chopped like you would with fine spinach instead. And, seriously, you can just consume this stuff.
Yeah, you can cut it back and it just grows back.
Mm-hmm. You're hungry. You're walking down
It's like
the road. And you're
spinach.
like, man, I'm freaking hungry, and there's no food. Yes, there's. There's food. There's ways to actually do things. So then here's some of the medicinal properties of it. It uses for itch to mosquito bites and burns from wasps, stings, fades in minutes, and application of plantain herb. So you can take this thing, chop it up, kind of do almost anything with it, and you get a bee sting. Just go grab a piece of this stuff and rub it on there. You like feel better soon. Very interesting, good stuff. Inhibit bacteria growth, counteract poisonings, relieve pains and inflammations, clear obstructions of the gut and airways, increases the flow in urine, reduce fever, stops bleedings, improve eye drainage, treat and heal wounds. This thing is very well known. So here's the folklore behind it or whatever, because obviously, like it says, it's a plantain, but the legend is of the plantain. This young girl was launched her lover's return and spent as much time watching and waiting for him by the roadside that she eventually transformed into a common roadside plant. Plantain was one of the 9 sacred herbs of the ancient Saxons and was the early Christian symbol of the path followed by the multitudes of the devout. It derives one of the common names, white man's foot, from the Native American folklore, as the plant seemed to follow the path of the white settlers everywhere they went. Longfellow made mention of this in his classic Hiawatha. Many cultures have reference to plantain as an aphrodisiac. Dr. Robinson of the New Family Herbal of days past says that the Assembly of South Carolina presented an Indian of great reward for his discovery that the plantain was the chief remedy for the cure for rattlesnake bite. Folklore tells us to place plantain beneath the feet to ease tiredness or carry in a pocket to protect from snake bite. One source says to bind plantain to your head and Red Bull sashing to cure headaches. So, I mean, this plant seriously is so good at doing everything it is supposed to do. They use it to aerate the soils and adds organic matters to your composts, improves your drainage as needed. You know, stop driving on the lawn. I mean, so then basically it's a ways to control it. If you're driving on your lawn, you're going to get tons of it because it's just the way it actually spreads itself. Look at that fresh stuff. Little purple flowers, some clover.
So I guess if you want plantain, just drive on your lawn, guys.
I mean, really, and it's basically, right. If you need this beneficial plant,
Free plant.
that everybody always picks because they're like, oh, and they go throw a weed whipper on there or whatever, they'll just cut it out. And
yeah, man, it's the holistic remedies, man.
Right. Obviously, it goes back, and now everybody knows, not just me, that white man's foot or broadleaf plantain is
dandelions are great,
beneficial. Right.
Those are
all
good.
This stuff that
All kinds
grows
of
wild in your yard is very beneficial. So in the near future, when certain things happen, you'll know. You'll know. This stuff is out there. As long as you paid attention to what we're telling you. I mean, we're not doctors or anything. We're just reading this, this article. But, you listen to, certain things, pay attention to certain things. Common sense home. To me, it sounded pretty relevant to last night's story and what we were going on there.
Yeah, in our private discussions and things.
But it
and
kind of
freaking Rasta Jimmy over here, like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, Rasta Jimmy, that's me all day. You wanna get over her now?
Oh man.
I think he's trying to make fun of the Super Bowl halftime show. Anyway,
okay, so we'll kind of move on. We'll move on to.
Just kidding.
These people. Look at this. Is from today. The conservative brief, Maria Bartiromo, tells Trump to go after Hillary Clinton.
Well, he should be going after. He should be going after our dear President Potato.
Well,
Oh yes, because he was there in the room.
This
of course, he probably doesn't remember
to do with
now.
2016. This has nothing to do with the 2020. This is
this doesn't have to do with them spoiling on him.
Well, but I mean, Biden was there in the room when they authorized all this kind of stuff because he's the vice president. Same thing with Obama,
okay.
Right?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. He's like, hey, like he was in the room. Now he probably doesn't remember where the hell he was at, 2 hours ago. But he was there. So at this point, he doesn't know where the hell he's at. So
this thing starts off. It says Fox News host Maria Bartiromo is encouraging Donald Trump to sue Hillary Clinton and others after the latest explosive revelation from Special Counsel John Durham. Durham said in a court filing that attorneys for the 2016 presidential campaign of Hillary Clinton paid a technology company to infiltrate servers that were in Trump Tower and after the election of the White House in order to create an inference and narrative to link former Trump to Russia. During a segment on her program, Bartiromo spoke that the bombshell revelation and how it vindicated Trump's claims that he was spied on. Yes, it's now obvious the conclusion to what we have all known for several years. And for several years, I've been saying Hillary Clinton made the whole thing up and infiltrated Donald Trump and really damaged his reputation. This is a quote from Bart Roma. She's straight out telling, after what's been going on with John Durham, that, hey, this isn't right. There's something else that's going on. And he needs to go back to 2016 and look at Hillary Clinton again. We know that Hillary Clinton made the whole thing up, but how is it possible that her people were able to infiltrate the President of the United States server as his home as well as healthcare company? It went right to the President of the United States. I tell you, I hope Donald Trump sues them all for everything because they damaged his reputation throughout his 4 years in office. So much so that he was constantly on defense, constantly explaining that there is no conclusion, constantly explaining that he needed to explain why they were spying on him. All of this, again, every American should be outraged by this. Sure, she lost the election, but this is so much bigger. This is the biggest scandal we have ever seen. The White House leakers have been running around saying Putin is going to invade Ukraine on Wednesday. So there's really a ruse that they're going to invade this Wednesday, or are they trying to create all this drama because we're getting this Durham information, she said.
Yeah. So do we know? Are we going to go over the kind of like what the Durham thing is and what it found out a little, or are we just?
Possibly. I don't know how much I got covered on it.
I mean, what did your?
Then I have to might be an extra show or whatever, because this is pretty much about Hillary and what was going on with what kind of information was being passed around about her.
Yeah. So essentially, though, I mean, what this report proved, just for proper context of all of this, is that the Clinton campaign went into the Trump campaign and worked in coordination with the FBI and other intelligence agencies to go after the Trump campaign and the Trump presidency, working in cahoots with Clintonites the entire time, at least until he was in office. And then they used the information that the Clinton people tried to gather on him or tried to spy on him with or tried to do things with, and in coordination with government agencies, they gathered up that information. And then for the next 4 years, they were like, oh yeah, see, we have this or we have that. And they really didn't have anything, but they just, they claimed like, oh, we have info. And they did have info, it just wasn't anything, substantial, or it wasn't anything that would prove that Trump in Russia, that Trump's an agent of Russia and Trump is this and Trump is that. Like, it wouldn't prove any of that. And if they did, they would have released it, but they didn't. So they just used this to try and like defame him and be like, oh yeah, look, see, we got stuff on you or whatever. And there's really nothing. But, just the idea of this even taking place is just absolutely outrageous. And so that's kind of the basis of this report. Obviously, there's more particulars that you can get into, but that's just kind of like a very generalized thing. He went into all the particulars of it and really kind of hit on those things. So anyways, that's kind of a right. Background of that, just so
I mean, I just read what she actually says in the video. If anybody's interested, the link will be down below on this particular article.
Oh yeah, there's a clip. Yeah,
and you can. I mean, you want to watch the clip? It says basically what we just read.
Well, I don't care. It's whatever you
want to get into the White House, the President of the United States, internet activity, and this tech executive was able to do that. What does that tell us about the national security of this country? What does that tell us of the power of the Clinton machine enabling to take down her political enemy for 4 years straight and damage his reputation? Sure, She lost the election, but this is so much bigger. This is the biggest scandal we have ever seen. Now we know for sure they tried to cheat in the 2016 election. They tried to cheat in the 2020 election behind the guise of COVID. We are getting into it this morning. Oh, and by the way, I have to tell you, all weekend long, the White House leakers have been running around saying that Putin is going to invade Ukraine this Wednesday. So, is it all a ruse that they are really going to invade this Wednesday, or are they trying to create all of this drama because we were getting this Durham information and because we just saw 40-year highs on inflation? We're talking with the ranking member of the House Intel Committee.
She's going pretty ham mode there.
You gotta love. Is that Piro?
No.
Who? Oh no, that's Maria Bartiromo. That's who we're quoting in this article.
Right.
Okay, I see. That's why she was saying the same thing.
Right. Trump released a statement on Sunday in response to the court filing from Durham, arguing it proved that what happened was a far bigger crime than Watergate.
Oh, by
Trump
far.
suggested that the initial statement that those responsible for what was being alleged should potentially face the death penalty.
Well,
I mean, treason is
depends on which the meaning of the word is.
Treason is supposed to be followed up with being hung. So, I mean, we can all kind of wonder and guess and why that's kind of
allowed to have an opinion on that on YouTube.
No.
Maybe we can have an opinion. We just can't maybe share it. The revelation.
Yes, you can share your opinion with your pillow at night, sweetheart. Just not with other people over the interwebs. Okay.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Okay.
We got that all cleared up, pumpkin.
Right. Anyways, let's continue.
Yeah, let's.
The revelation was made in a court filing last week that centered on potential conflicts of interest connected with representation of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, who's been charged with allegedly lying to the FBI. The bombshell news was first reported by Fox News.
Fox.
What the Fox?
So, Durham filed a motion on February 11th focused on the potential conflicts of interest related to the representation of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, who's been charged with making false statement to a federal agent. Sussman has pleaded not guilty. The indictment against Sussman says he told then FBI General Counsel James Baker in September 2016, less than 2 months after the 2016 presidential election, that he was not doing work or for any client when he requested held a meeting in which he presented perpetrated data and white papers that allegedly demonstrated a covert communications channel between the Trump Organization and the Alpha Bank, which has ties to the Kremlin. In the February 11th filing, in the section titled Factual Background, Durham and Sussman had assembled and conveyed the allegations to FBI on behalf of at least two specific clients, including a technology executive, Tech Executive One, and U.S.-based internet company One, and the Clinton campaign. It said that Sussman's billing records reflect that he repeatedly billed the Clinton campaign for his work on the Russian Bank One allegations. The filing showed that the tech executive and Sussman met and talked to another law partner who is serving as general counsel to the Clinton campaign. That attorney sources said is Mark Elias, who worked at the law firm Perkins Coie. Durham's filing states that in July 2016, the tech executive worked with Sussman, a U.S. investigative firm retained by law firm One, on behalf of the Clinton campaign, numerous cyber researchers employees at multiple internet companies to assemble the the purported data and white papers. In connection with these efforts, Tech Executive One exploited his access to non-public and or proprietary internet data. Tech Executive One also enlisted the assistant researchers of U.S.-based universities who are receiving and analyzing large amounts of internet data in connection with the pending federal government cybersecurity research contract. Tech Executive One tasked with the researchers to mine internet data to establish an inference and narrative tying the candidate Trump to Russia, Durham said. In doing so, Tech Executive One indicated that he was seeking to please certain VIPs, referring to individuals at Law Firm One and the Clinton campaign.
See, this is all the particulars that I was talking about earlier. I didn't read all of this, but yeah, this is the detailed, juicy stuff here from the Durham probe there. So yeah, there's all of that in proper context for you there.
Right. All this right here, all this interesting stuff that's all kind of italicized through there. That's exactly what you need to actually know. What's actually going on.
Yeah, go back and read over that too, by the way. And if any other website has it all down even better, like, go read it. Like, get familiar with.
Read this. Read anything that you can about the Durham filings and what's actually happening.
Because it is very big
information.
news. Yeah.
That is 100% the news right now.
At least it should be.
That and the stuff going on in Canada.
This should be everywhere. Everybody should be talking about this.
Headline news everywhere. Holy hell. We had an entire political party and their freaking deep state people that are all coordinating together because they all have the same ideology, political affiliation. They're all paid by the same billionaire people, so forth and so on. It's all the same, globalist hack people. And this political party and the Democrats and the establishment, they have done all of this against Trump through our intelligence agencies and all the rest of that. So,
well, like I was saying earlier, they hate him because they ain't him.
Yeah, they hate him because they hate you.
Fair. Well, they hate him because he's taking away their chances
rising up
for money
against them, and so they have to come against you now. Oh, what were you saying? Just sorry, I was like talking.
I said they hate him because he's taking away their chances for money.
In some cases, yeah.
So, let's see here.
Well, I guess in all cases, technically, because money involved in all that kind of stuff in politics for these corrupt people.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, that's right.
I've got a few things that I kind of found about her in particular, and I thought it was kind of interesting.
Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Oh, it's not that?
What's
the belly? The belly.
Let's see this one. It's about this lady.
God, she's insufferable. Just look at that face.
Oh, God.
That for the first time the public found out when I declassified John Brennan's handwritten notes that there was a Hillary Clinton campaign plan to create fake Russia collusion allegations or scandal involving Donald Trump. I met with John Durham in my capacity as DNI to share with him some of those documents that have been now declassified, but also many other intelligence community documents that evidence what that Hillary Clinton campaign plan involved and who was involved with it that still remain classified. This latest filing as it relates to one of Hillary Clinton's lawyers, Michael Sussman, all of these filings are details that the public is now finding out as John Durham is alleging it as parts of what was the Hillary Clinton campaign plan to falsely accuse Donald Trump of collusion with Russia.
How about no more? How about no more black bars on our forms that are released to us? How about no more classified things? How about transparency through and through? How about quit hiding shit from us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome question, and
Of the very
I think
word
somebody should actually
secrecy
stand up from
is
behind that
repugnant.
podium and actually tell us exactly why they continue to do whatever they want to do. They're the government. They're supposed to listen to us. We're the
Yes.
people, not
And again,
them.
the quote from JFK, right? You know, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society.
Well, secrecy is repugnant in general, wouldn't you say? Because dark theaters are only meant for dark deeds.
Yes, they're only meant for secret. In the dark. It's why it's the dark, right? That's why it's in the dark. The secrecy.
So then, former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe said Monday that when he took over the post in the spring of 2020, he found no evidence that then President Donald Trump colluded with the Russians during the 2016 presidential campaign. But there was intelligence that fake Trump-Russia collusion pushed by Hillary Clinton and her loyalists. The first thing I said was, look, I'd like to see all the intelligence we have on Trump-Russia collusion.
And the other thing, too, folks, is you have to remember the same people that are Clintonite people are the same people in the FBI, in the CIA, at least at the very top levels, right? All these other places in the government.
We're going to go into these.
It's all the same type of people. They all circulate through. It's all their family members. And they marry into each other's families. Even it's all the same group of people that have this agenda, this sort of globalist type agenda. So these are all the same people. They have the same thought process. They all hated Trump. It's all like one big group. But it's like, oh, but no. It's the Democrat Party, and it's the deep state people in in like certain intelligence agencies, and they all just kind of hated Trump. Like, no, like they all are the same people.
Right.
It's all
So
the same
all
people.
this kind of
They don't see each other as different. So.
There's three quotes that are in here. So this is the first thing I said was, look, I'd like to see all the intelligence we have on Trump-Russia collusion. And the answer was, we don't have any. Not a little bit, but we don't have any. And that's why Jim Comey and John Brennan and James Clapper and all pressed under oath is there evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. They all said, no, there isn't. Again, we're not, we're just reading the news. Okay, Susan, don't get on us. We're not trying to tell you what you believe, what not, but what not. You see all this information come out that came out of Ratcliffe about what's going on right now. Dang well there's something that actually happened. There's something that happened so well that they monopolized on it. Monopolized on it and used it again. But we can't talk about it. Who came to the DNI job after serving more than 5 years as a Republican congressman in Texas told the host Laura Ingraham that what he and his staff find was intelligence that Hillary Clinton had a plan to create this narrative, this false Trump-Russia connection. So there's no,
because it's the same people. Hillary was their person they wanted.
Right. Nobody's gotten along with Putin. This is very real, and the public is starting to find out what the details are. John
Look at
Ratcliffe,
that face.
He and his staff found intelligence that Hillary Clinton had a plan to create his narrative and false Trump-Russia connection. It kind of
see the arrogance dripping off that photograph.
Right.
There she is in her witch outfit, right? Just put like a hat on her, put a broom behind her, and like, oh yeah, there we go. There's the Wicked Witch of the Western world.
Do you think are in those
their broom leaning off the edge of the chair so that it's propped up.
Yes,
Yeah, I got it.
yes, proper.
How much plastic you think are pumped into them cheeks?
Oh God, I don't know. But I mean, holy hell! Have you ever seen her without makeup on? Oh my
No, I
God!
don't want to. It'd
Oh
be
my!
worse. It'd be
Oh my!
worse.
Holy hell! I mean, dear God, like that is awful. I mean, you can smell the sulfur just by looking at it. Like it's.
I smell sulfur, Lord. Destroy the demons.
Among the documents that Ratcliffe declassified relating to the investigation of fall 2020 were handwritten notes from Brennan, who briefed President Barack Obama of alleged approval by Hillary Clinton on January 26, 2016, of his proposal for one of her foreign policy advisors to vilify Donald Trump by stirring up a scandal claiming interference by Russian security services. So, who had what to do with what? This guy? What's that guy? I always have something to do with something. I'm really so sick of this man that they call.
I mean,
Barack
wasn't
Obama.
he like that freaking what do they call that position? The president, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that right? Am I thinking of that correctly?
Oh, was he the guy that did all those drone strikes and got like things really tense over in the Middle East? Was that guy?
Oh,
built
yes,
cages
that
and put them
guy,
at
right?
the border, and then BLM. We don't have to
America's
go all the way into
racial
it, but,
arsonist,
right?
as Tucker likes to entitle
Oh,
him.
and then he got everybody freaked out about swine flu.
Yeah. It seems like every president has something that they have to kind of fight off.
Stabbied. Get jabbied. Get your Fauci ouchie.
Yeah, we got your Fauci ouchie right over here, man.
Susan are not telling anybody to do anything. They should do what's best for them and go see a doctor.
Me, I do nothing.
Durham, who was appointed by then Attorney General William Barr in May 2019 to investigate the origins of the FBI's Russia probe, filed a blockbuster court motion Friday that alleges that the Clinton campaign paid an internet company to mine online data to establish an inference and narrative tying the candidate Trump to Russia. According to the filing, the company monitored a domain named System Internet Traffic pertaining to Trump Tower, Trump's Central Park West apartment, and the White House to get the information. The company allegedly hired by Hillary Clinton's team monitored domain name system internet traffic pertaining to Trump Tower, Trump Central Park West Department, and the White House. Durham also claimed that attorney Michael Sussman lied about his ties to the Clinton campaign, that he turned over documents purportedly showing a link between the Trump organization and a Russian-linked bank to the FBI's then general counsel in September 2016. The filing further alleged Sussman provided an updated set of allegations about Trump and the Russian bank to another federal government agency on February 9th of 2017. In the response filed Monday, Sussman ripped Durham from airing the claims in the motion, asking a federal judge to examine potential conflict of interest involving the law firm representing Sussman in the case. In his response, Sussman's lawyer accused Durham of including prejudicial and false allegations that are irrelevant to his motion and to be charged of offense. The defense team added that Durham's claims were plainly intended to politicize the case, inflame media coverage, and taint the jury pool, and also took issue with the inference that digital surveillance by the Clinton team continued after Trump was inaugurated in 2017. According to them, the information turned in by Sussman in February is that year pertained only to the period of time before Mr. Trump took office, when Barack Obama was president, and Durham's motion conveniently overlooks the fact that Mr. Sussman's meeting with Agency 2 happened well after the 2016 presidential election, at the time when the Clinton campaign had effectively ceased to exist. Sussman has pleaded not guilty to a single count of lying to the government agent.
You fucking idiot.
Should not guilty. Because, he didn't lie to a government agent, did he? Or did he?
Right. So essentially what they were saying there is that, oh, well, I mean, it didn't go into after he was inaugurated. It was just before. Is that kind of what they were saying? Right.
Right. It was only before. It wasn't during or
as
after.
though that helps your case. It's like, so you're admitting that you're doing it. It's just,
Right.
well,
So
we kind of stopped at this date.
We stopped doing it before he was in. So you were still doing it.
But it's a political opponent. You can't do that. That's what they said with Trump.
So...
Blast you. Blast all of you.
So that was from the New York Post. That was from Mark Moore. I have one from Callie, and I have one that was by Paul, Stephen, Bernadette, Carol, and Bruce. Which one would you guys like?
Bernadette.
So there's 5 people that wrote this particular column here. So I'm going to share the screen. I don't know if we might cover both of them. It's just what it is. We just kind of... Hillary Clinton amid Russiagate before big Democrat speech in New York City. Again, this is from the New York Post. It's pretty much, you shouldn't be too far off from the last article that we read. And that's why I said which one you want, because they were both part of the New York Post. And they just had different writers.
Kind of a pick your poison.
Right. So Hillary Clinton was tight-lipped when the Post caught up with her Tuesday amid new allegations of her campaign paid for computer research to tie rival Donald Trump to Russia. And just 2 days before a major speech that should launch her on a renewed quest for the White House, Clinton and daughter Chelsea Clinton spent their 3 hours inside a Queens restaurant that was closed to the public so they could be recorded on video for an unspecified project. There was a film crew, a worker of Cucina Pinoy Bistro in Woodside, told the Post after the two left. There was an area that was exclusive to them, a back room. The 2016 Democratic presidential candidate and her ex-president Bill Clinton's daughter were served 4 traditional Filipino dishes. I don't know why we need to know what kind of food they actually...
Yeah, thanks. That's like the ice cream thing.
It's crispy pork with a peanut sauce and sizzling chopped tofu and chopped pork dishes. So, I mean, she likes her pork.
She is a pork.
Clinton waved to onlookers about ignored questions from the Post when she emerged the eatery. Earlier, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy vowed to investigate the latest revelations from Special Counsel John Durham's Russiagate probe if Republicans win back control of the chamber in the November election. On Friday, Durham filed court papers in which he alleged that the Clinton campaign lawyer enlisted a tech executive to help mine internet data from locations, including Trump Tower and White House, to establish an inference and narrative tying them to the Trump and Russia. So, I mean, you can see some of this, verbiage is pretty much going to be about the same as the last article. And that's why I'm like, well, I don't know if you have to read them all, because by the end of the day, somebody reads through them all and says, well, you should actually put this this paragraph in there and take this paragraph out, because I don't like it. And we usually, because we run at midnight, usually Central Standard Time, by the time we get to the news, it's technically yesterday's news. We bring you yesterday's news on time. In the wake of a bombshell filing, former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe revealed that he had seen information about the Clinton campaign trying to vilify Donald Trump to falsify, accuse him of ties to Russia, and that officials, including the President Barack Obama and then Vice President Joe Biden, were briefed in the matter. Clinton, 74, is scheduled to deliver a keynote address Thursday at a state Democratic committee's nominating convention in the Sheraton New York Times Square Hotel. The speech will come from a month after Democratic pollster Doug Schoen and former Manhattan Borough President Andrew Steen wrote on the Wall Street Journal op-ed that she was already in an advantageous position to become the 2024 Democratic nominee.
You fucking dumb bitch.
Gross. Hillary versus Trump, to take two, that might be actually kind of interesting.
I don't even want to see it, bro. Last time it was a circus picking between the best of like two bads.
Last week, a source told CNBC, which is the first to report in Clinton's address, that she was beloved by the mainstream members of the Democratic Party, and her popularity is likely higher than that of President Biden.
Listen, the dirt that you walk on every day, the sidewalk, the street, floor, has a higher approval rating. The freaking sea level of New Orleans City has a higher approval rating than freaking Joe Obama does, okay? Like, that's,
Yeah, I was just going to say that last one wasn't a lie.
Okay, the potatoes that aren't even dug up under the ground and put on a countertop. Okay, like those potatoes that are growing in the ground, below the dirt, in the ground, they have a higher approval rating than the potato that is now seated in the White House.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Eloquent.
There's almost anything that you can come up with that has a better approval rating.
Pretty much.
What Biden does.
Not Trudeau.
Well,
they might be sitting on the same plane.
Yes, I was. Yes, they're on the same chopping block. I mean, plane on the same plane. Allegedly. Anyway,
not literal airplane, just a playing field.
Yes.
Yeah, that
below the dirt. Anyway,
give commies helicopter rides around here, I guess. Fired up, Johnny.
But some New York Democrats told the Post that they disagreed with the party chairman Jay Jacobs' decision to give Clinton a platform and speculation she had run for president again. I do not like a resurrection of Hillary Clinton's political ambitions as appropriate, nor do I think she's helpful to the long-term future of the New York Democratic Party, Assembly Phil Steck said. I think we need to show people who care more about Main Street than Wall Street, and Hillary Clinton does not do that for the Democratic Party. And nobody does that for the Democratic Party. I mean, come on.
They all suck.
Every single one of them. They all blow chunks. I mean, I'm not saying anything's better on the other side either. Because there's an awful lot of ridiculousness that comes across from the Republican Party.
We got our own problems with the rhinos. I'm just saying, get some better Democrats going here.
Committee member Patrick Nelson, who represents a district around upstate Saratoga Springs, also said, "I wish the Democratic Party leadership would have chosen someone for a keynote speaker who is more forward-looking and unifying." We have the youngest woman elected in Congress from New York, AOC, who represents part of the Bronx and Queens. Hillary Clinton has been quite divisive.
Could you imagine that dumbass freak, that dumbass googly-eyed freak in the White House.
God.
Holy hell. I mean, she'd put on a crowd and she'd just be like stomping her feet and
She'd
screaming.
be like, everybody's student loans are now paid off. Poof. Because that's her big thing. Because she's still owing on her own.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Guaranteed, yeah.
Well, exactly. That would be one of the first things that she'd do. She'd make sure that she got that passed through so that everybody's student loans would just be.
Of course, then again, I mean, as much money as she's been making now, she's probably paid it off by now.
Did we want to see the last New York Post article?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure I get the right one.
Of course.
You pulled me into this, you son of a bitch.
Okay,
let's YouTube 1,000 hell to wait you.
This one. Let's go and share this last one that I had from them. Ratcliffe, Congress kept in dark about Clinton's scheme to fake Trump-Russia ties. What? That's the new one? Yeah, I read that. Yeah, I read that one. Okay, this one. I've read these articles too many times today. That's why I'm asking myself these questions.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was in September of 2020 that for the first time the public found out when I declassified John Brennan's handwritten notes that there was a Hillary Clinton campaign plan to create fake Russia collusion allegations or scandal involving.
Everything's flickering.
Hello?
It's the Russians. They're hacking. Oh no! They're going to invade!
Kalishnikov, Soviet Russia, Babushka, Perestroika.
Okay, that was kind of strange.
I told you to come to this. The Russians are taking over.
I could see his face when it said. I could see his face. I told you to come to this.
The Russians are taking over.
A superb performance.
Okay, come on. The hell?
What are you trying to do?
I don't know what it's doing. That's Jimmy making that noise. That
What
noise.
the hell are you trying to like make some sort of like a mink call?
I'm just
a mouse
I'm
call.
making
Like
a
what the hell?
balloon animal. Leave me the fuck alone, shirts. Damn, bro. Fuck.
Okay, so we won't show the video. That's the problem, is showing the video on this New York Post article is what is screwing everything up, apparently.
Koolfrogg has went gray. The screen was black. Now it's back up.
Yeah, everything's fucking around here.
Oh no! It's because we showed Hillary Clinton's face. It's ruining
Hillary
everything.
Clinton.
Yo, she's like, targets acquired.
Oh shit! I don't know shit.
We
I know
love
nothing.
her. Like I said, I have a shrine in my house where I burn $20 bills every day in front of a picture of Hillary Clinton.
Impressive.
Just as a
I
sacrament.
have no such thing. Because I'm not a commie sellout, shirts.
Okay, so I'm still having some.
Listen, we all have to make sacrifices here in order to survive. Okay.
Well,
refresh this
Samuel
article.
Wiki says no sacrifice, no victory.
It wants
No,
to
it's
play
hard
the
to vote
video.
Wiki.
It just wants to play the video.
My Transformers quote.
Okay, it's not. It's
Just like the people in North Korea, they have their shrines to Kim Jong-un and to all the communist leaders. We have ours to our Democrat Party overlords, right? Our globalist overlords. You know?
Not right.
So, without watching the video,
You're wrong. Bing bang bing bong.
the third
Bing,
article
bing, bing,
from the
bong.
New York Post. This was written by Mark Moore. This one says former director of national intelligence John Ratcliffe said Monday that when he took over the post in the spring of. Wait a minute, we read this.
You read this.
This is the wrong one. We don't want to read the same one over again.
After this, you're not
Koolfrogg, why are you gray? Why are you gray?
Why are you gray?
I don't know.
Why are you gray?
Do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Who says I am gray? You are gray. They eat the poo-poo. You know, I heard there are about 50 shades of gray.
Oh,
just something like that. I don't know. Looks like there's just one color of gray going on.
Well, not quite. You see, when your chat bubble comes out, it's a totally different shade of gray.
Oh my!
And then my screen isn't quite black, so I would say it's a shade of gray in and of itself.
I am deeply impressed.
And really, when I get to drawing, all of them are shades of gray.
We just take out the America frog.
The Chad frog.
So it must be this
what
one.
The hell? Are you like
the head?
Are you hammering flat an aluminum can?
Ach, fig me.
Must be this one. I did only read 2 New York Post articles, right? I only have 3 here.
Yeah.
Did I read 3?
No, you read 2, right?
2. Okay.
2 and then 2 videos.
And then there's the other New York Post article that talks about the White House. And there's that, the woman that's there besides Jen Psaki, right? What the frick is her face's name?
Don't forget my 50-minute guitar solo. At the beginning. Because before that 50-minute guitar solo, we weren't doing anything.
Apparently my computer's having issues with...
I shall share.
Those headphones look sick as tits. Where can I get them, Frogman?
A Radio Shack. Good luck.
Oh, you fucker.
Okay, let's see if I can share this. Shut up,
okay.
press pull. Nobody asked you to speak.
That one. White House declines comment on John Durham's bombshell.
Ooh la la.
Clinton claim.
Hola, my name is Pepe Le Pew.
The Biden administration spokesperson declined again on Monday to engage in questions about special counsel John Durham's claim that Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign paid a tech company to mine data from servers at the White House and Trump Tower to bid for tie former President Donald Trump to Russian bank. Deputy Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre 3 times referred Fox News correspondent Jackie Henrich to the Justice Department after Henrich asked if President Biden has any concerns about the candidate for president using computer experts to infiltrate computer systems of competing candidates or even the president-elect too, for the goal of creating a narrative.
Computers.
That's something I can't speak to from this podium, so I should refer you to the Department of Justice, Jean-Pierre initially answered. Is what's being described in the report monitoring internet traffic? Is that spying? Heinrich asked. A reporter.
Yes.
Yes.
Why do you have to ask, Heinrich?
I can't speak.
Look, she's saying the word biatch. Look, see that?
I refer you to the Department of Justice.
She said, "You listen to me."
Would monitoring internet traffic be, Jackie? My answer is not going to change. I refer you to the Department of Justice. So this Jackie person, this is the blonde that took Peter Ducey's seat.
Oh, it's not Jackie.
Oh yeah, hey, do you want to watch it? Because this is the video here.
Yeah, we can play that
seconds.
video at the top of that.
Oh yeah, bet. Let's go.
Second topic, this news about the Durham investigation. Does the president have any concerns about a candidate for president using computer experts to infiltrate computer systems of competing candidates, or even the president-elect, to use for the goal of creating a narrative? Is that something that...
That's something I can't speak to from this podium, so I refer you to the Department of Justice.
Man, how come they can never speak to any of these
monitoring
like,
internet traffic? Is that spying?
Again, I can't speak to that report. I refer you to the Department of Justice.
Generally speaking, that with monitoring internet traffic.
Jackie, my answer is not going to change. I refer you to the Department of Justice.
Get the fuck out of here.
She's asking if he has any concerns. Does the president of the United States at this particular point in time consider? Whoa! Did I just click? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Does the president of the United States consider this to be something of legitimacy? Right?
Oh, we got music.
What?
Anyway,
Okay.
it's
Commercial.
freaking out. Whatever. Anyway,
But
yeah, but like that's
So
what the
right
Fox
there.
News lady
On
is
top of
asking.
it, you're on top of it. This is the assistant to the press secretary.
Yeah, this is the deputy press secretary, right?
Right.
Is that,
So
yeah,
she's
deputy
gonna
press secretary.
replace Saki.
She might, if Saki decides to
If
leave.
Saki,
She's
if
she's
Saki
leaving.
steps
rumors
down,
about that.
she
So.
may actually, right, because Saki is slated to leave at the end of 2022 here, so you just never know.
That way, it's a strong
woman there.
Yes, your
Jackie
strong
Williams.
woman of color, and then no one can criticize. 'Cause they
Katie
put on
will
blackface.
step
Anyway,
up or not. I mean, it's just super
The Biden
strong,
administration.
powerful woman
Yes.
there. So then, right next to John Durham's head,
God, he looks pissed.
it says the Department of Justice did
big,
not
beautiful bald
immediately
head.
respond to the post's
Partially
request for comment. Of course,
Only
they
partially.
didn't. Durham alleged on Friday for court filing that attorney Michael Sussman assembled and conveyed the allegations about the Trump organization and Moscow-based Alpha Bank in the FBI on behalf of at least two specific clients, including the Clinton campaign. Sussman has been charged with lying to the federal agent and pleaded not guilty in September. The attorney alleged both the FBI General Counsel, James Baker, is not working on behalf of the Clinton campaign, that he handed over documents reportedly detailed the supposed link to September 2016. However, Durham's claim records reflect that Sussman repeatedly billed the Clinton campaign for calls and meetings of the tech executive Ronnie Jove and the campaign's general counsel, Mark Elias, in which they coordinated and communicated about the allegations, and according to the Sussman indictment, former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe told Fox News Monday night that he had declassified documents in the fall of 2020 showing that Hillary Clinton had a plan to create this narrative, this false Trump-Russia connection. That was the very bottom of the screen.
Bro, who the hell thought it was a good idea to hire somebody named Sussman? Like, who in the fuck?
No, yeah.
If you're gonna name your evil
That's a good thought.
FBI villain, like,
Sus.
It's just immediately sus. Oh man.
It's just immediately sus. He's exactly right. It's like, anybody seen the Sussman? Like, it's a little sus.
bro.
Like,
is that a Batman villain, or like, what is that?
I mean, like, these people are literally comic book supervillains.
Look at this one.
The
Look at this one
governor
coming
of
up down below.
California. He's the Joker.
This one that's right below this guy here. Oh my God, that's about the worst as you can get.
Get away.
It's in the little paragraph just above her head there.
Be
It
gone,
says,
Satan.
among the documents Ratcliffe declassified in the handwritten notes, from then CIA Director John Brennan, who briefed then President Barack Obama on alleged approval by Hillary Clinton in July 2016 as a proposal from one of her foreign policy advisors to vilify Donald Trump for stirring up the scandal claiming interference by Russian security services. Again, we've repeated a couple of these paragraphs, about three or four times now. Gone through the three separate articles. Obviously, they all work for the New York Post. They all got the same type of information. They all wrote an article, and so they all kind of sort of have similar undertones that come along with them. Of which pay attention to what these guys have to say.
Yep. And again, right? You have the FBI. You have good old CIA, right? And then you got Clinton people, right? I mean, these all are the same people. They don't. They all are working towards the same goal. They're not. It's not like oh well. I mean, it's the Clinton people, and that's a separate faction or whatever. Like, no, it's the globalist faction of freaks and hacks by Soros and Klaus Schwab. That's what it is. Oh my God. Oh, okay. There's a face. It's fine.
Right. That one we can kind of hang out with for a few seconds,
It's like, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's
so, this
we can breathe.
This article continues. It says, Brennan, briefed President Obama and Vice President Biden on their national security team about the Ingram angle. Classified documents, Laura gave John Durham thousands of other documents and are still classified that details what that plan was, and these public filings are starting to reveal. John Durham is starting to reveal to the public what some of the details of that plan specifically were.
Yes. Look. You see this person here? This potato, right? Now, again, as I stated, I don't believe this potato here quite remembers this whole thing because he doesn't remember what the hell.
I refer you to my dear partner, Barack America.
Yes, Barack America. Yes, so, I mean, Joe Biden's been a dumbass ever since, he's been old enough to speak. But now he's like just completely senile. I guess all that, baby blood will do that to you. Allegedly. Anyway.
Trump has
possibly, maybe. Who knows?
Has seized on Friday's Durham filing, calling that the case is the bigger scandal than the Watergate furor that sank Richard Nixon's presidency and lambasted most major media outlets over the lack of coverage. I can only imagine that what should have been the biggest story of our time, bigger than Watergate, is getting absolutely no mention. Zero. In the New York Times, Washington Post, ABC, fake news, NBC, fake news, CBS, fake news, ratings dead, CNN, and MSDNC. Trump said Monday as he emailed a statement from his Save America PAC. This in itself is a scandal. The fact that the story is so big, so powerful, and so important for the future of the nation is getting zero coverage from lamestream as being talked about all over the world, he added. Those last two paragraphs come from Trump. That's the best.
Yeah. He also said in that statement that at an earlier point in this nation's history, he says, and this is a direct quote from his statement, that at an early point in U.S. history, a stronger point in U.S. history, these crimes, again, this is a quote from him, these crimes would have been punishable by death. So,
should a presidential term be 2 years?
This is Obama's third term. I mean, if we want to get technical,
that's a good
right?
point. That is a good point. Yeah,
we want to get technical.
We are looking at Obama term 3 right now. As far as that goes, I mean, if you go and you reduce it to 2 years, you're never gonna it's never gonna sit still. It's gonna be continuous, nonstop, movement of people or whatever, and it might actually turn out worse than having it at 4. I really don't know if my thought is even correct on that, but it's just my feeling is that I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good thing to actually reduce that.
Because you're talking about the executive branch. There's a lot that entails the executive branch.
Right.
So
a lot of moving pieces that would get shifted every 2 years. I mean, if you shift them every 4, I mean, obviously, some still think that every 4 is too close. Of course, there's people out there that believe that there shouldn't be 2 forms or 2 sides to the bird or whatever, or 2 sides to the, there shouldn't be Republicans versus Democrats. It should just be
right.
It should be the people, and the people should, have popular votes. And it's like, well, you can try to do that, but at the same time, that's not always how it works. So
that would be fraud everywhere.
Well, it's so easy to cheat. Yeah.
The founding fathers in their debates on the Constitution, John Adams is quoted as saying this, that there has never been a direct democracy that has yet to commit suicide. So that's kind of why we went with the Electoral College that we did as it pertains to the presidency.
You really just got to be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but Koolfrogg, okay.
I did have one last thing to bring up because it's just an interesting little
tidbit.
Interesting what's going on. So this is February's full moon.
Oh,
we peak at 11:57 a.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday, providing optimal viewing times Tuesday night. So tonight, if you hadn't already, while it's still, early morning, there should still be a moon up. And you should still be able to see in its full glory. I was out there. I went for a walk.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful tonight.
Outside.
Unless it's overcast where you live.
Even here in Minnesota, sitting at, whatever, we were sitting in our teens and I went for a walk. I'm like, yeah, it's nice out. It's spring is around the corner.
Happening to me.
But yeah, there's a full moon that's currently going on. Check that out. You take yourself outside and go actually see it.
Don't be afraid of the dark like that. It's outdoors. It's
just
nice.
Don't whistle outside in the dark. Don't
they generally call it a snow moon because it's a February moon, and it's typically the snowiest month of the year. That's our white man language on it. Alternative names were the bald eagle moon or the eagle moon, even the Ojibwe bear moon, the Tlingit black bear moon referred to the common time of the bear cubs were to be born. The Dakota named it the raccoon moon. The Algonquin people named it the groundhog moon. The Haida used the goose moon. So, I mean, plenty of names for the February moon. Everybody likes looking at the February moon, apparently, and they're giving it a name. Maybe we should look at it and give it another name.
Of the February moon.
Lastly, other moon names were equated to food scarcity of winter. The Cherokee naming of the month was the bony moon and hungry moon. Remember to check out other celestial events happening this year. So, I mean, there was a big picture of the moon on there. This was from Spectrum News 9.
Oh, maybe I can pull it up if it's not loading for you.
I don't know if it was the actual moon that they actually waited for the moon to come up and actually took a picture of the full moon, or if it was a full moon from somewhere else or whatever.
Well, the moon's the moon.
Yeah, it had a picture of the moon. So, I mean, they could have just simply went and, took a raw picture from the internet that was the moon. And they're like, oh, yep, there it is. Full moon. Good enough.
Full moon.
So that was that. We really didn't have anything more than that. If you, there it is. There you can see. There's the full moon.
Ooh.
I don't know what's going on with my video tonight. Why me?
It's
Rise
pretty.
to the moon, if only,
Yeah.
if only.
Fly me to the moon.
Let me play among the stars. Let me know what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars.
Oh, that's some good stuff. So, I mean, that was a nice little quaint little show for tonight. Only an hour and 15 minutes into it. That's
Not bad. Not
nothing
bad.
more to actually talk about. Right. That was actually a pretty good show. I was kind of digging that. America, should you got anything to say for yourself?
Yeah, what do you have to say for yourself, man? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, I can't help it. Like, making the most base T-shirts on the planet. It's
Fix
just,
yourself, son. Make better.
Yeah. And, getting 15% off any of those T-shirts.
T-shirts.
Do it now. Now, come on. They're right here at the website. Come on.
The planet.
Yep.
Promo code.
Koolfrogg.
Yes.
And get 15% off anything in the store. Any shirt in the store, you get 15% off that. Using the discount code, of course, Koolfrogg.
That's KOOLFROOG.
No, you got it wrong.
Koolfrogg.
KOOLFROGG.
FROGG.
Hello, Koolfrogg.
Hello, Koolfrogg. It's me, your friend.
It's the Swedish, it's Indian blood.
It is I. You want to get to Orange Island? We have the boat to take you there.
Rasta Jimmy, you got anything?
Yeah, man, what you want? Yeah, say goodbye, man. You can follow me here on YouTube at the Jimmy YouTube, or you can follow me at the Atlas Pass over on Rumble, Odyssey, and TikTok.
Is he trying to make himself sound black right now? Like that?
You should create yourself a BitChute page so that way you can yell out BitChute.
BitChute. Yeah, man, yeah.
He's gonna draw a picture of himself milking Skittles from a giraffe next.
I'm gonna make Jimmy YouTube create himself a link tree so he can keep track of all the places that he actually has contact.
Yeah, man, my link tree over on my TikTok. You want to get there, you good there.
Koolfrogg down below. You can actually go and you can click on it. There's plenty of places you can follow me, from YouTubes to Twitters and Twitches and
Twitter.
Getter. buymeacoffee.com/Koolfrogg. I mean, that's the easiest way to help me out. You can always just send something there.
Yeah.
Totally. I try to check it on a nightly basis just in case somebody actually decided to actually send something to buymeacoffee.com/Koolfrogg.
3 little birds sat on my doorstep.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Well, not literally. It's just goodbye. What the hell?
Later.
Oh, goodbye. Later. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.